Thanks for joining us.
ScotsonScotch, ladies and gentlemen.
Scotch.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Chase.
And I'm Francis. There we go.
And we've got
without further
Francis
ado,
Brebner, 25-time world caber champion.
7 times.
7 times?
7 times.
Oh, my God. I've been making you 25-time
I have
champion.
25.
I think you've had a few whiskeys.
Hey, it was in dog years. That's in dog years.
That's some dog
That's
years.
right. It
times.
trebles near, didn't it?
Dog year
There you go.
caber champion. Wow. Gonna correct that one. President of the International Highland Games Federation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that mean you travel to castles?
All over. One of the biggest the games in the circuit for IHGF castle grounds is Brebner, France. Just an incredible setting. Just beautiful. 1,000-year-old chateau. Just pictured a 1,000-year-old castle. Still got the walls. The remains of the original castle, but there's another castle built within the castle. It's 250 years old.
Wow.
And the setting at these games in Brebner is just unbelievable. And it's come a long way in just over, that's nearly 25 years since their first games was established. Started off with a demonstration. It was in the early or late 90s by Brian Brebner and Bill Cruikshank of the northeast of Scotland. And then Jean-Louis Copier of France, the Brebner committee there, had contacted me to do an exhibition. This was in 2000, I believe it was. He contacted me. We met. He says, I want you to come to France to do an exhibition. I says, yeah, fine. So I went to the exhibition. There was 2 of us. They had a pipe bands there, the Brebner pipe band, beautiful pipe band. They actually had a folk music band for Ireland. They were incredible, just incredible. And at that very first exhibition I did, they had Braveheart playing on a big screen in French. It was incredible. And I remember saying to Jean-Louis Copier, because I seen the set and I says, oh my goodness. I said, you get something very special here. This could grow very big if you used to do a full-blown traditional Highland Games, 2 days. And he was like, 2 days? I says, yeah, 2 days. So he called me, I believe it was the following year, and says, okay, let's do it. So we did a European Championships and full-blown Highland Games, and 4,000 people turned up for that. And one thing that he's done, and he's continued with the games, is having championship after championship events. Near the same championships, could be European team, World Pro Championships, World Amateur Highland Games Championships. This year we did a World Team Championships for men and women. And they're averaging, I think the biggest games they've been was close on 13,000 people.
Nice.
And for me, I've traveled all over the world competing in Highland Games. And it's the best Highland Games in international circuit, I have to say. For start to finish, as to why the athletes are treated and looked after, the time they come to the time they leave, and them hosting major championship events. And not just for the Highland Games side of it, and the piping aspect. I think they've had as much as, I think, 8 pipe bands or more. They've had some big, the Chili Pipers. You know
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes,
I saw them in Daytona. They were awesome.
Yes, well, they hit them there, and they were jamming.
Are they the ones with the fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like literal fire coming
out of the pipe. Yeah.
Bagpipe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just at games, I just want to mention it's in my books and all my traveling, and that's one of the best Highland Games in international. So right now, it's a best Highland Games.
And where is that again?
That's in Brebner, France.
Brebner, France.
Brebner.
Yep.
Why New Zealand?
Bresbeer or Bresbeer?
Weird.
You're putting beer there.
I don't know. We're talking Bresbeer, Festbeer. What are we talking?
Brebner, that's the name of the town in France.
Okay.
Just incredible. And I got to mention Waipu, New Zealand's another fantastic Highland Games. Just unbelievable. Just incredible.
My mind is stuck on, wait, what movie did you say they had playing?
Braveheart in French.
Braveheart in French.
And even
just
though
imagine him yelling "Liberty!" instead of freedom.
Yep.
Yeah. yeah. Even though I couldn't understand much in French, it was still fantastic to watch. With all these people there, 2,000 people. It was
it more
fantastic.
historically accurate in French?
It sounded great. This is the matter fit language. It's in Braveheart. Is it's a.
I wonder if they had a
great
person
movie.
doing the voiceover acting that had a Scottish accent for the French.
Oh my gosh.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
You mean like Highlander,
Yes.
where he's actually got a Scottish accent, even though he's
When
a Spaniard.
Sean
when
Connery
is,
Sean Connery's
Sean Connery's
the
playing
Spaniard.
a Spaniard with the thickest Scottish
Yes.
accent ever.
I love it.
That is great.
There can be only one.
And Christopher Lambert, he was a
Yes.
Frenchman. He played the Highlander.
Yes.
And I thought he did a great job. He got criticised for his accent, but I thought he did good.
He did great. Well, shout
Yeah.
out because they're bringing back Highlander, and you know who's going to be the new
God.
Highlander.
God. Am
Take
I
a
about
guess.
to run out of the
Nope.
door? Ooh.
One of the best Supermans that's ever been out there.
Is it?
Yes, Henry Cavill.
Henry, okay.
Henry Cavill is going to be the new Highlander, and I saw some teaser posters, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Did y'all hear about that?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. That's why you
not
left
to
The
not to
Witcher.
detract from talking about like one of the coolest
Tangent.
Scottish games in a castle, which is interesting enough for something we're going to talk about later. But apparently, he's legitimately a really nice guy, kind of a nerd. His nephew got in trouble or had some issues where people were picking on him because he's like, my uncle's Superman, and so he goes to school one day with him. I think he was dressed
just
up as
like
Superman.
Well, I heard that story, and the teacher was saying to
His nephew. Don't
was-
lie.
do not lie.
Yeah.
So he ended up.
He's like,
took
nope.
it-
Here he is.
Yeah, here he is. Yep.
He's a great kid. I mean, Henry Cavill. He's Superman. He's a huge, muscular dude. He's obviously very handsome, but he builds his own computer. He plays Dungeons and Dragons and all these, World of Warcraft and everything.
Apparently, he's a super World of
My
Warcraft
God, yeah,
nerd.
he's just a down to earth dude. And
Imagine playing those video games forever and ever, and then you're like, oh my gosh,
so
he
my
was on
cousin,
my team.
my cousin was in the movie. Was in the movies in Hollywood and whatever. I'm going to reach out to him and see if we can't get in touch with Henry here and see if
That'd
we
be
can.
awesome. We could talk
talk
about
to him.
Highlander.
And
Yes.
he's been
In
tipped to
Scotland.
play James Bond as
James
well.
Bond, yeah. Him and Margot Robbie are looking at being in the next James
Well,
Bond.
I think that he would be a perfect James Bond. He's
Yes.
got look,
Oh, totally.
the swagger,
Yeah.
the presence, the provenance. Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, so that was a good tangent. Are we going to do our intro now so we can start pouring stuff? Because I'm thirsty.
Are you thirsty? Okay.
Thirsty.
Is it tea?
Oh yes,
That's all tea.
Scottish
It
tea.
actually looks like a really well brewed tea right now.
It kind of does.
but it's in a cooler glass bottle.
Wrong one.
Scots on Scotch, baby.
Scotch. Oh man, this looks good.
Fancy. Oh, don't open it.
Nope,
Don't-
I'm not going to
I
open
thought
it
you were
like
going to
that.
open it upside down, man.
My
You're
gosh,
freaking me.
That
Oh, my
is rookie.
God.
That is rookie. You
Okay.
boys tell us about it
So-
while I start consuming it.
So
Kevin, do you want to do the honors on this one?
Please.
again?
No,
Sure.
you don't have to. I've got it
Again,
ready to
hold
go,
on.
but
I don't
my
have it
man.
ready, but give me 2 seconds. I will.
Well, so how about I give you the title? So today, Francis, we had this amazing bourbon recently that kind of ruined whiskeys and bourbons for us. And this same company that makes it, they do these blends. It's called Orphan Barrel. And they take these old distilleries that don't exist anymore. They've closed down all around the world. They'll take Scotch barrels. Sometimes it's the original Scotch or the original bourbon they find at a distillery that's shut down. Or they'll find, that
nice
was
pulp.
great. That was great. Or they'll find these empty barrels and they'll put what's called MGP. It's just like a mainstream bourbon or whiskey that's been created, goes in the barrel, and then they make these custom drinks with it. So funny enough, today we went with Orphan Barrel. It's called Castle's Curse.
Yep.
Mm,
So
Castle's
It's a
Curse.
Scotch.
it's a 14-year Scotch.
15-year-old.
And so the description is founded in 1817. The Tennick, probably saying it wrong, distillery has established itself as a leader of whiskey distilling and cutting-edge technology. The distillery and neighboring Tennick Castle are located in the Highlands of Scotland, overlooking the shores of Carmoray Firth. This area is known for its aquatic wildlife. It's also designated as a special protection area for wildlife conservation purposes.
Cromarty first. Bless you. Cromarty. Right. I think that's what, yeah.
Okay.
No, I love it. This looks awesome. The bottle looks cool.
So, and they
The
named
14-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey from selected casks was matured in European oak. This unique balance of age and flavor boasts a nose with pleasurable aromas of tangerine, poached pear, sweet confectionery, and dried herbs, while its poetic texture alludes to vanilla, red apple, and mint.
I believe it.
The label pays homage to the legend of the Kelpie, centers on supernatural shape-shifting aquatic spirit or water horse that symbolizes both summoning water and Scotland's rich history of cultivating land for barley.
And so that was one side of the bottle. The other side of the bottle, as it says, Orphan Barrel. At Orphan Barrel Whiskey, we pride ourselves in rescuing lost barrels of rare and delicious whiskeys hidden away long in forgotten storehouses. While we take craft and quality seriously, we had a little fun bringing this extraordinary whiskey to life with each of our marquees. Every Orphan Barrel whiskey is meticulously bottled with pride to ensure that these rare whiskeys are treated with the care they deserve, because once they're gone forever.
My man, did you just say rare and delicious?
Yes.
I want to put that on a shirt now.
Wait for it.
Rare and delicious.
Rare and
First
delicious.
pour. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, right off the bat, that was the quickest little nose. Vanilla.
Oh, yeah?
Big vanilla. Got it?
Really interested here.
Yes. I cannot wait to put this in my mouth.
I had to get that little extra splash in there.
I know.
Well, you could say fairly new to whiskey. So I'm going to hear a little
wee dram.
tiny drum.
No worries.
Tiny drum.
No expectations.
Okay.
This is this whole thing is really just us kind of adventuring with all of this. Some of us know a little bit, some of us know a lot, some of us know a lot of nothing. And we found out too that our taste differences are so varied. We had an Irish whiskey that Chase and I loved. Sexton.
Little black.
Hated
it. Kevin friggin' hated it. I felt bad. I felt really bad, but it was absolutely amazing for us.
Also, Kevin, how's your throat from smoking that pipe the other day?
A little sore.
Because you like the cigar smoke,
Yeah,
the tobacco
usually
smoke.
Cigars don't give me much of an issue. But usually the pipe doesn't either, but today it's just been
I will tell you
gross.
that tobacco you had smelled phenomenal.
Smelled amazing.
Yes. I smelled it from like 20 feet away. I was like, ooh, it's pleasant.
Actually smelled.
All right, everybody, give it a good swirl. So you've got the Glencairn glass.
Well, Francis has already been over here swirling it.
I was
Like a
going to ask
master.
you, what's the process here?
The swirl, especially in that Glencairn, because of the shape, it really helps to open the nose of the alcohol. So as you're swirling it, you're getting more oxygen in there and you'll be able to get more notes. So right now,
Okay, without even putting it up to my nose, I'm getting pear.
I'm getting vanilla.
Getting pear and apple and vanilla.
I'm getting the fruit.
Vanilla first.
I love how I
Caramel.
made Francis cough.
I'm
Like,
getting
it's not a
fumes.
spliff, Francis.
Francis, I want to show you a trick. Try this. Inhale with your mouth open,
It's weird.
and you can taste.
Wow, yeah.
Isn't
you
that
can.
different?
Yep.
So you can do it with your mouth closed, and you get more of the alcohol, but you got to really get in there and get those apples and the pears and the vanilla and even some of the creme brulee.
Oh God. I'm looking at Kevin's face. Kevin, what is this? What happened? Did you drink it?
Took a sip.
You
He
oh my
took a
God.
sip. All right, so we should
Oh,
all
God.
do a
Okay,
sip.
hold on.
Gentlemen, slanchava.
Slanchava.
Gosh.
Well, I'm checking out. I don't think there's a point of doing this podcast anymore.
Oh my gosh. Gentlemen, that y'all have had this before.
No.
Negative.
I thought y'all had a different Orphan Barrel. then.
Correct.
We had a different Orphan Barrel.
This is my first Orphan Barrel, and right now, look at
Kevin-
the legs on that. Outstanding.
Yeah, we're done. I think we've peaked.
outstanding.
Now, I will
do
say
you
it's
think?
not as. This is very close to the other one on certain aspects.
But we don't have a
Uh-oh.
comparative. We don't have a comparative.
Uh-oh. You don't like it?
I don't know.
What was the other one? Fable Follies?
Fable and
I
Folly.
don't
Francis,
know.
what are you thinking?
You know, son, I'm new to whiskey. I'm a beer drinker. I never started drinking till I was 37. I moved to America. And beer I like. Now, whiskey, I've never had a taste for whiskey. Now and again, if I'm offered, I've had a little sip of like peat whiskey, which I find is okay. But this is quite nice. It is quite. I can drink this. Not much, but I can drink it.
Well,
And I can
you don't have to
taste all
drink
the
much.
apples and everything in it, the fruit or whatever you've got in it. Yeah, it tastes nice. Yeah.
Ryan's got a hot take. I have a funny feeling. I still don't know. I don't think Ryan likes it.
Francis, what was your favorite beer last night at Ology? At the Kaylee?
What
were you drinking?
Oh, one in the tall glass. What was it, Chase?
The German Pils.
The German Pils.
Oh, the German Pilsner.
Yes, that was a very nice beer.
They have some
Very
really
nice.
good beers. I'm gonna need a second with this one.
Sir.
Very good.
So Kevin, for you, this is Fable and Folly level.
I would put it at like a 9.5 out of 10.
Ooh, we're going to 10.
This is nice. This is nice.
What is nice about it?
I'm not sure this is my flavor profile though.
That's
like
okay. It's very fruit forward.
Yeah, and I'm not a fruit forward liquor guy or even fruit forward dessert guy.
See, I love fruit. And don't take that the wrong way, but I love like apples and pears.
How could someone take that the wrong way?
Because the look on your face.
What?
Yeah, the apple and pears right off the
What could you be talking about?
Ryan, if I have to spell it out.
Fruit. Fruit.
Anyway, this is delicious. This is delicious. It's got a good spice as a finish.
It does have a good spice, but it doesn't linger.
Yeah, it feels right here in my chest, which I like, that little warming. But it's not mouth coating. That's one thing I'm really excited about. As you swirl it around and you get that golden ring around there, you watch the legs come down. And as you swirl more, the legs will form faster.
Okay.
Now, Francis, we're also going to try it with a rock. That's why I got these ice cubes.
Okay. You just add a little bit of ice to your whiskey and
that changes it up a little with here and ice.
That will change it up.
Okay. Well, for me,
hopefully for the better.
You know, it doesn't taste like a whiskey. As you say, again, you get the fruit and everything, but it's nice, so strong, which is nice.
I'm just dropping some plain still water in it.
So Ryan had the rum tasters a while back.
Thanks for reminding me. I
and
got mine
so
over here.
I've just poured some of this delicious Orphan barrel as Francis chokes over here. Did it bring out the turpentine?
No, with it. No, I know nothing about whiskey.
Okay, let me hear it.
But no, by adding that ice, immediately it's made it stronger. I think why it's done it. For me.
That's fine. We have to work through why.
Okay.
So he's saying that. All right. Well, let's check it out.
I think Ryan had the same reaction there.
Let's see.
It's like spicy and hits the back top of your throat once you put some ice in there.
As soon as I put the cube in there,
pepper.
I get more caramel. I get a lot more caramel.
Francis, are you tasting black pepper right now, or is it just me?
It's totally changed now. I think why
it really has.
Oh no, I'm definitely getting black pepper. Ooh,
yeah.
It coats the mouth more now.
It does.
It really does.
See, I cheated. I didn't add a rock. I just added some still water.
Yeah, I actually like it.
But it's a little more mouth coaty, which I like.
Yeah,
but I don't, just because I think I added a little bit, just
a couple little drops.
It's not as black peppery.
So I really like the smell of this.
Yeah.
For me, it's like a 7.5, 8 on the Richter smell. And this is, I got some spice at first that when we added this, it's like the spices shifted back in the mouth and it's now peppery, like literally right back up by the flap for the
hitting
esophagus.
the different taste buds.
That's really interesting.
It's carrying it further back to hit those taste buds.
But I got to tell you,
the rum taster?
Out of this rum taster?
I haven't done that one yet.
This is another animal. Francis, smell that.
With your mouth open. Heavy caramel and vanilla.
Is this the same one?
It's the same exact one.
So that's what we've noticed with.
It totally changes, is it?
Yes. Well, that's what we've noticed versus the rum taster versus a rot glass versus a Glencairn, which you're out drinking out of. The nose and taste completely changes.
So good.
Whiskeys.
This is like 3 different whiskeys we just tried, and it's all the same one.
Holy shit.
I love it.
Let me see one of the rum tasters.
That shows you how versatile it is. You got it? That shows you how versatile this is. And it shows you that rum, Scotch it's chemistry. It's an art form. It's chemistry. They're the expert in their craft.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
getting way more pear now.
Yeah,
right.
I could see that, absolutely.
For me, I'm starting to get the caramel out of it.
And I get a little bit of
caramel.
Caramel.
Heavy.
But it's
Caramel.
Caramel.
Do you say
whatever.
pecan or pecan?
Pecan's what Grandma had at the end of her bed. It's
Correct.
pecan.
It's pecan, so it's caramel, not caramel.
So look, I accidentally said flan when I ordered flan.
Oh my gosh,
recently,
this
just
guy.
accidentally, and people have been making fun of me until we go to Casa Tapazicatina, and the gal there says flan.
Well, she's also not a native English speaker, so
it's
maybe
okay.
the pronunciations. But speaking of them,
so when I go there, I say flan.
They had an amazing Sunday brunch.
They really did.
Buffet. I went back for like fifths. It was outstanding. Everything from biscuits and gravy, good crispy bacon, ropo vieja, churros. I mean, I can't even name bruschetta. They had waffles.
Dude,
everything.
that was everything. Look,
for $25,
if you're in Tallahassee,
really?
Oh my God! All you can eat, $25 for all of that stuff. Delicious.
Sunday brunch.
You said the rice pudding.
10 different desserts. The rice pudding was really freaking good.
It's hard to keep.
They have a chef back there making this stuff from scratch. Like they're not pulling crap out of a box.
No. The
waffles.
tres leches. Oh, the tres leches. Oh, I saw Francis go back for, I think, a second tres leches.
Oh, yes, I went back a couple
In that
times.
case, was it a dos tres leches?
Listen, so we came out of this place today, and Francis, you said you were what?
I was too body weight.
Yeah, because you
215.
You do. So most people when we say we come out of somewhere we eaten too much, oh, we're stuffed, and he said what?
I had brunch, dinner.
Yeah.
I brunch, lunch, and dinner all together.
Lunch and dinner.
Yeah,
and he comes out
packed.
I was packed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
We were at 2.5 hours. No,
we were there for like
almost 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, that's like, and I didn't call you because originally we weren't going to have anybody else there. And then we called Danny last minute, and I didn't want to bother you because I figured
I was asleep.
I know. Yeah.
What time did you guys go?
10 o'clock,
10:30.
right after Francis and I got out of the hot tub.
Oh, somebody kept calling Francis Franks last night, and I was like, "Yes, Franks Brebner."
That's okay.
I don't know who it was. I was like, "Yeah, that's great."
No,
Franks Brebner.
I think I was asleep still.
Is that when you're in France? Do they call you Franks?
And
So good.
That's really
Francis. That's how they
Francis.
pronounce it. Francis. I like the French. A great language.
All right, we're gonna do a Digikin, couple of Digikins.
Did you can?
Okay. So I think we did this one earlier, but because Francis is here, I want to do it. The Scots have an 800-year-old clan system. And that's the headline. I'm going to read a little snippet. As early as the 12th century, clans existed to group families that shared a devotion and loyalty to a specific chief and ties to a particular piece of land where they've lived. Many individuals have a deeply rooted history with their clans, some even going back numerous generations. Today's clans are legally recognized, which gives each clan official chief the legal ability to use the seal of arms on behalf of their clan. So obviously your clan is your tartan, which is your plaid, which is what your kilt is. What do you think about that little?
Yeah, the clans, I think it's very important to continue the traditions and keep everything on going just as they have been long ago, whether it be the clans, the traditions of Highland Games, the dancing and everything. And, something it's traditional, when you get a group of people, it can all agree on the same thing and move forward through the years, decades, and keeping games going. And as I say, every aspect of the games, that's when you're going to get games that's going to grow big, and be renowned. And unfortunately, this past, decades, we're seeing some games that's actually fallen by the wayside because there's nae the young blood coming into it, or there is the young blood, but you've gotten the people that's been here for years set in their ways, and they will not budge, want to move, and then thus you get a lack of interest, and then games fold, unfortunately. But when you get a great group, and getting back to Bresby or France, I'm just showing you how the games, if you've got a great group of people, how it will continue to grow. Here's a town of 10,000 people. 10,000 people. Their games get as much as 12, 13,000 people. Volunteers, unbelievable, over 200 plus volunteers.
That's wonderful.
Everybody working together,
yeah,
building the games, and that's what it is, working together in a great success. Now, you speak about Highland Games, right? Clans, just everything. What marks a good Highland Games? It's not just heavy events.
Yeah.
It's across the board. You got to hear the dancing, you got to hear the piping, the clans,
crafts,
the heavy. So everything creates a great atmosphere, and there's something for everybody. You're getting people coming to a Highland Games. Let's say they're coming for dancing, they come for that, they come for the piping, and they're taking everything in. Or somebody just coming to see the games for the first time, to find out about the history and stuff, strikes their interest, and just everybody working together, and it builds a, builds a games on a yearly basis and continues. And getting back to the clans, this is very interesting. So way back in the day, clans were always fighting. They would be fighting over the least thing, and they would fight to the death. That's how bad it would get. And when you think the clan chief, basically young kids, young boys, run about 8, 9 years old, was taken from the clan, took into an encampment, and they were taught in the art of warfare, hand-to-hand combat, Berber club, short sword, just everything. And they were fed the best of food. Basically, once they come out at 18 years old, they had a big celebration with the clan. Now they were young men, young warriors. Now they could stand side along their fellow clansmen in battle and protect one another. And it was quite a big thing. Just one of these clansmen, they took it from a young boy to manhood, 18 years old, as I say. Now they can be supported in battle, but they would usually fight to the death. So eventually the head of the clans would come together and say, okay, you pick your best man, I'll pick my best man, and they'll just sort it out that way. But even then, losing one, and it would again be to the death, it was a big loss. So then they said, okay, let's sort out our differences. Throwing the hammer,
yeah.
Wrestling, there's different things. So their disagreements was sorted out through the sport, the Highland, yes. Yeah. And then the fastest for the competitions would be the messengers, basically the postie for the kings, and the strongest would be the bodyguards to the kings.
That's awesome. Tell me about your clan, Francis.
My clan, on my father's side, we're associated with Facherson. Now, on my mother's side, we are McClemens. McClemens. And we are actually, as a young kid, I remember a couple of times it come on TV, I remember there was a segment with Robert the Bruce, and her mother and grandmother used to say there's a connection with Robert the Bruce. That's all she knew. Just there's a connection. And then my cousin, who's a policeman, this was maybe 20 years ago, maybe or so. He did the ancestral. He was into that ancestral
genealogy.
Research.
Yeah.
Wham bam, here it was in the family tree. We wasn't directly associated with Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce's brother, Edward the Bruce, was actually he would be my 22nd generation grandfather.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Robert the Bruce was King of Scotland, he appointed Edward King of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
So he ran for like 5 years before he was murdered,
Mm-hmm.
But so again, here was something through word of mouth, passed down through the generations. That's all we knew. up until the internet, and here it was, our names was in it, on the family tree, my name's in it, you know.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
So word of mouth, family history, and it turned out to be true.
Yes. Well, that's how, when you think about tradition, what does tradition mean? Tradition means something it's passed down through the generations, it's passed on. And we're talking about Highland Games, the tradition's been continued, been passed on and continuing it. Which is great to see, and that's what you guys are doing here at the Tallahassee Highland Games. You've left no stone unturned. Only 2 years you've been going in Highland Games. You've got a huge games. You've got every aspect of just like Bresby, France. They've left no stone unturned. You're here in major. You're part of the series, the Stones of Strength, the Highland Games, National Caber Championships. The dancing, the piping, the clans, you got everything. And I think your games in the next few years could grow to be one of the biggest, not just in this part, but possibly in the nation.
That's awesome. We're super excited, and also that you're a huge part of it. But I just thought of something. You talking about the castle in France, the games and stuff. I know we're not going to do a castle.
No, we can build a castle.
Don't
even tempt me.
I'm thinking of a. No,
Let's build a castle.
Let's build a castle.
I was thinking.
I know people. I know stonemasons.
I'm thinking of a small
castle. Let's add this to the agenda
for the kids zone. We
So,
start there.
We've got a
we can,
bounce castle.
No. We want something that has like a slide the kids can slide down or take
It's
photos in
called
front
a
of.
bounce castle.
No, not a bounce castle. I want like a real. It's like a faux wood.
No, we really do need. I was thinking about that. Like 2 castles.
Yeah.
Like and play off like the boys and the girls or the different clans, and you have them like you could have them throwing stuff or the little. Remember the
water balloons filled.
There you
like
go,
foam.
water balloons. Remember when we were kids and we had the bows that had the little suckers on the end of the arrow,
like the Nerf darts.
Like you give them stuff to have a fun little war back and forth, and
set it up
you
almost like laser tag.
Yeah.
Outdoor laser tag.
So I have to admit, one of the things that I'm gonna snag from Clan Arthur MacArthur, King Arthur, is
Sword and Stone.
Exactly. Yes, it's Scottish.
I actually
did you
have
know
made one
that's
of these.
Scottish?
I've made one of these.
Okay.
I was dating.
Anyway,
I was dating this girl and her dad. Sorry,
Oh my
it's
God!
a tangent.
So
we're going to come back.
We're
to
going
it.
to pause your tangent.
yeah,
So
we're gonna just go.
here's the thing. So we're taken from MacArthur. At one of the games that we went to, they had these. They were the cheap Chinese, shiny, plasticky crowns, and they had them for the boys and the girls. And they got. I think we talked about this, but it was so cool just to see the smile on those kids' faces when they got to, try the sword and the stone. And now, actually, we just saw them this year, and so they've got it on remote now, so they're nowhere near it.
But yeah,
and they just push a button. It's like a gate lock
electromagnetic
that
or
holds
something.
the sword in this fake stone that they've weighted down. And then they crown the kids, and the kids are just ecstatic and like, oh my gosh! And so that's what we want to bring to it. I mean, my big idiotic self, I'm here because sometime when I was like 12 years old, I saw the games here and was like, I want to do that. And then somewhere in there, I was like, I want to put this thing on. And so when you're talking about the whole experience, we also have an organization that does statistics, and they do a lot of interviews, and they talk to people that are there. And we found out that exactly what you were saying, Francis, people are there for a little bit of everything. So like 33% of the people there were for the culture and the entertainment. 33% were for food and, kind of the festive side.
And they're forgetting the whiskey.
Whiskey. Oh yeah,
absolutely. It's actually been really cool. Some
But
of the younger kids are there for
everything.
whiskey, and they're like, "Sorry, I can't serve you, bro."
Yeah, but it's a bit of everything, It attracts people. There's dancing, piping,
and we've been. It's really cool too to see. The athletics was the other 33%. It was almost cut in these 3 segments where it's like 33, 33. Yeah. And for me, it's really cool to see the people that I've got my favorite events when it comes to the games. The heavy athletics, the throwing, the stone series, and it's really cool to see the people that get really excited over like the sheaf toss or weights for distance or the hammer, and like that's the thing they want to see. And just the excitement of the crowd is I feel like it helps drive the festival.
You're right.
And it is the core.
The height events, the like caber signature event at Highland Games. Everybody, what time's the caber going to be? What time's the caber going to be? That's coming up soon. Okay.
I did my first caber toss attempt this weekend. Now, it was the either the lassie caber or the practice caber, and it was my first time doing it ever, and I did get it up, and I did flip it, and it flipped all the way around.
You did good.
And I am sore. I'm very sore. I didn't do any stretching. I didn't do anything, but it was awesome. And
well, you
really,
jumped in, and you've never done this before.
Never.
And you jumped in yesterday during the athletics clinic that Francis was putting on.
Excellent. Yep.
Hammer.
Weight over bar.
Weight over bar. Wait, did you do weight for distance also?
No, you never did weight.
Okay.
But hammer,
because my back was hurting.
The hammer you're going to feel, especially your ribs. Is that where you're feeling it?
The ribs, my back, my hips, my legs, my arm.
It's all in the hips.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Well, I got another did you know here. Did you ken, excuse me. Scotland is home to Ben Nevis, the tallest mountain in the UK. Did you know that, Francis?
Yes, I did.
With a summit standing at a whopping estimated 4,406 feet above sea level, Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the entire British Isle. Despite the enticing challenge, hiking up Ben Nevis is no easy feat. There have been several casualties and rescues of many mountaineers attempting to climb the summit, especially in harsh conditions. Nevertheless, if you're fortunate enough to reach its peak, Ben Nevis provides a breathtakingly panoramic view of the Highlands.
Francis, 2 questions. Have you ever been to Ben Nevis?
No.
Is he saying it correctly?
He's saying it correctly, yeah.
Nevis, yeah.
Yeah, but whenever you climb any of these mountains, the views is just incredible. I've climbed smaller mountains, but yeah, just incredible.
Have you ever seen Nessie?
Nessie? Never seen Nessie, but I've got my own views on what Nessie is.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I remember there used to be a Highland Games in Fort Augustus. These games were run by Hamish Davidson. He was a thrower for the late 70s. Great thrower, in fact, and great strongman. Just incredible. Fantastic shot putter, weight for distance. In fact, he had the world record in the heavyweight for distance for a while. But anyway, he used to run games in Fort Augustus at Monk's Abbey, and they would have a boat trip to Monk's Abbey. We can go into the loch.
Oh.
And you hear the sonar, So on the sonar chart, the paper chart, the owner of the boat would be educating us all about it, and he would show us what you can actually see the fish.
Yeah.
And then he brings out another one. He says, now look at this. And these things were massive, huge, massive. And then he told the story about how after the Second World War, a minesweeper come up the loch, and at the deepest part of the loch, they set the depth charges, the oil drums, and set off a few of these. And what come to the surface was, there was 2 tails. You could probably look it up online. I believe I remember right, 9 feet was one of them, and I think 12 or 13 was the other, and that was just part of the tails.
Wow.
And at the bottom of the loch, there's like cracks, and this is for these giant eels are said to, again, be resting down here. But when you think about it, when you see an eel on top of the water, it's wriggling.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same how some pictures have been of this giant in the water. So what I think people's been witnessing is giant eels. Yeah. So Nessie is alive, and there's probably more of them, but they're just giant eels.
Awesome. Well, I got one last did you ken, and it's a segue into what I feel will be a great tangent. Mary, Queen of Scots, became queen at just 6 days old. She was appointed queen at 6 days old. Given her age, her mother took charge until Mary was 18. She was Queen Elizabeth I's greatest rival for the throne, as Mary was the great-granddaughter of Henry VII of England. After a series of events brought about by their intense power struggle that lasted decades, Mary was imprisoned by Elizabeth I. At 44, she was eventually killed by beheading for her involvement in plotting to kill Queen Elizabeth I.
Well, I knew she was beheaded, but the interesting thing, I never knew that she just days old that she was to the throne. I never knew
Now,
her.
you said you have met the Queen.
I met Queen Elizabeth on 2 occasions, yep.
And when was this? Describe it for us, please.
If I remember, I think the first time was 1997 in the Royal Brebner Highland Games. It's one of the biggest games in Scotland, roughly 20,000 spectators. You think the village of Brebner has only 500-600 people inhabitants, and for one day it just mushrooms to over 20,000 plus people. The atmosphere at these games, it's like you can feel it. It's like stepping back in time. Just incredible. And these are held in September, and the season comes to an end. There's only in September, I think there's 3 games, Brebner, Pitlochry and Verkaren, if I remember right. And this is the end of the Glenfiddich League. There's a league, a series of games in the league. It finishes at Brebner. And usually whoever wins the Royal Brebner Caber Championships gets presented to the Queen. So it was in 97. I think that year, I maybe won the Brebner. It's either 97 or 19. I met her twice, 97, and I think it was either 99 or 2000. I can't remember right.
Now, do you bow when you meet her? Or
oh, yeah, you get a little bow, and you're told how to shake her hand before you meet her.
Did you kiss her hand or?
No, I never kissed her.
It's not one of those.
No, just shook her hand. Well, now here's one of the stories. This was just, it stuck into my mind. There's a trophy. It's a Norman Murray trophy. Norman Murray actually was a thrower hailed from the northeast of Scotland. Actually, Fraserburgh, just the next town for me, 17 miles away. And he was a thrower back in the 40s, 50s. I believe, 40s, 50s. And the family had given this trophy for presentation. Anybody that wins the caber, which is named after Norman Murray. This caber, the statue roughly is maybe 16 inch, maybe a little bit more, 16, 17 inch. Marble base, bronze. So first time I won it was 97. I remember getting presented by the Queen. And we talked a little, and the Duke. And the Queen Mother was there. Never forget, she had a beautiful smile, old Queen Mother. And then she presented me with this trophy. And she had a hand underneath it, and she was holding on to it. And as she reached out to me, I grabbed it, I took it from her. And I remember feeling this, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, how was she able? And she must have been in her 70s then.
Yeah.
It's that Queen strength.
And she's talking. I just couldn't get over the weight of the trophy.
That's her warm up weight. She curls up.
She was a very strong woman. That's all I can say. She was strong, and I was taken back by a surprise. But reaching out with one arm, she had her hand underneath, her left hand underneath, if I remember right. She reached out with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
and it was
impressive.
that's probably one of my best memories and experiences, getting presented by the Queen and meeting the Duke as well. And probably another great story. There's Tokyo, 1990. Had a great games there in Tokyo. And that year, Prince Hirohito was coming in to do the presentation of the trophies. And he flew in a helicopter with his bodyguards. And he landed. And as he walked up to the ceremony area to do the presentations, he was dressed in a tweed outfit, tweed cap. And I was expecting, because Tokyo, maybe broken English, pure English, clear aristocracy. And I said, wow, your English is very good. He says, yes, I was educated in in England. And we had a great conversation for probably about 15 minutes. And then after he did the presentation, he took off in his helicopter and waved goodbye.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a great experience. Yeah, very nice.
So I've got a question, and this is something, we've seen, Francis, with, kind of the perception here in the U.S. And not to get political, I'm very interested in like the Scottish take on, the Queen and the crown. So when you go to meet that, the Queen, what's kind of what's the vibe in Scotland, or what's considered respectful? Because I've seen at some of the societies here where, like let's say Burn Supper, they'll say something to honor the Queen, and there's a lot of people that'll, turn their nose up or not, and then, they honor the president here. So you're meeting royalty, that there's mixed history between, the Scots and those people. So
yeah, well, this is why I look at it. This is my take on it. As you know, way back for a while there, 1700, let's see, basically everything Scottish was banned. Everything, pipes, the Highland Games, even the Gaelic was banned. You couldn't. Yeah, everything was banned.
Victorian era.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then Victoria, Queen Victoria, it would be the Queen's grandmother, and her husband, would that have been Albert back then? Anyway, they used to come to Scotland on visits. They fell in love with Scotland, and they actually bought there was a castle there at Balmoral. They bought it, they demolished it, they built their own castle, and it's incredible, just unbelievable castle, beautiful castle. And they loved it so much, they actually took everything back. The games, the Highland Games, everything we know, took it back. And Scotland become a destination back then for holidaying, like I suppose vacations. And if it were seen today is, since then, that's Queen Victoria, the Queen Mother, now the Queen. They've kept up the traditions each year of coming to Scotland, spending time here. And with them being at the games, it's promoting the games, and it's helping put the games on a world map. So I have got a lot of time, a lot of respect for the royal family and the Queen. The Queen's been here my whole life. My whole life I've known the Queen.
And they're there for all of the Brebner games, right?
Yes,
all the Brebner
there.
games, and I know they like going up to Castle May. And are there other games or big things they participate in? Because it's just really cool to learn this from somebody who's got firsthand experience, unlike stuff we see filtered being over here. Yeah,
well, the main two events associated with games is the Brebner Highland Games in Castle May. And Brebner, over the years, the whole families, I remember from Charles, Diana, and the kids, you watch the kids grow up at that time as well. There was Fergie, Andrew, the whole shooting match was there. But then over the years, you kind of got less and less. And before I finished up, there was just the Queen, the Duke, Prime Minister and his wife, and maybe a few others, and that was it. But I've got a lot of respect for them, and for still being part of the games and supporting the games. Yeah, it's great. And Castle May, the Queen Mother, she loved the Castle May, and she would spend time up there every year. And it's great to see the King Charles and Camilla continuing that, along with Brebner. Just fantastic to see. Yeah, keeping the traditions going.
That's really cool, because that's kind of a win them over with kindness, win them over with your culture. So Queen Victoria, it sounds like, converted. I didn't really know that aspect. So it sounds like Queen Victoria just loved Scotland and everything that was so uniquely Scottish.
She fell in love with the place.
That's awesome.
She just loved Scotland.
Well,
her and her husband.
Countryside, you just fall in love with the countryside. All the lochs and the highlands and the lowlands and the Highland coos, and just the scenery itself is no place like it else. It's gorgeous.
You know something, you're right. And I've traveled all over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world. I've got to say this, and they've been biased. Scotland is the best country that I've lived in it for more than half my life, but it's the best country out of all the countries in the world. But the only thing it goes against us is the weather.
Yeah.
But when we get the weather, you kind of get a better place. The only place for me it comes close to Scotland is New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
I remember first time I went to New Zealand, it was 1996. I believe we left Scotland after Christmas time. And I remember it was one of the worst winters. They were airlifting people off of the islands. It was so bad. You know, at that time of the year, it gets so dark, like 3:30. Anyway, so I was in the World Championships was being staged in Waipu, New Zealand, and we left. I remember it was a whiteout. The weather was it was so bad. I didn't even know if I was going to make it to the airport. Gets to the airport, on the plane, I couldn't see anything but white snow, just so thick. I'm thinking, this plane's not going to take off.
Mm-hmm.
But it did. Eventually got here. In a long flight, we went from Aberdeen to London, London to Los Angeles to Hawaii, Hawaii to Rarotonga to Auckland. 42 hours by the time I left till I arrived.
Jesus.
And I couldn't sleep on a plane back then. Now that older I can nod off. But back then I could never sleep. I remember coming off that plane shaking. I'll never forget, the weather was just incredible, beautiful. I would have sworn I was in Scotland. You know, and the people just so lovely. And it was like I'm back in time, like 40 years. But the games, and this is one of the things that I got taken aback by. So there's a great story that a Reverend Norman MacLeod, over 150 years ago or so, he actually come from Lochinver. So he took his parish with him. Okay. So they sailed off. I believe they landed in Canada for a spell, and for there, they then, after it was quite a while, number of years, then they moved on to Australia. And when they landed there, they thought, wow, this is a bit rough. Everybody back in the boat. And then they come to Waipu, New Zealand. As they come in, their words were, it was like heaven. And then you get into the museum there in Waipu, you're seeing the artifacts and the oil paintings of the people that immigrated there. You get into the cemetery, you've seen the paintings of them, here's their graves. And then you get to the town, all the shops, and here's all the descendants and all the farmers. Everybody's basically descendants of the people that come for Lochinver. And they are all part of the Highland Games. And at Games we had on the 1st of January, 1st and 2nd of January, then for the World Championships back then, it was just incredible. They looked after the athletes, put on a great event. And for me, as I say, Braesweir, France is the top Highland Games. Then Braesweir, just a beautiful games. But they say also Scotland, if we had the weather a spine, because our beaches would have the best beaches in Europe.
And you'd have 10,000 times the population.
Exactly, yes.
You know, I've never been to Scotland yet. We didn't get to go because of COVID.
We're going. The four of us are going to go.
Well,
let's do it.
Somehow y'all got to let us go, me and my wife, for our honeymoon. Otherwise, she's going to shoot me.
Okay, we'll go for 2 weeks, and y'all can spend a week doing your honeymoon stuff. But then
I like it. We'll go do 2 weeks, and then y'all do 2 weeks. No joke. We want to drive around Scotland and do the stones.
The Denny Stones.
We want to go do all the manhood stones, anything we can get our hands on. And Jen wants to do it too. Like, she is no joke. Like, she was ready to go.
Nice.
And she was super, like, no joke, pulling 250-pound sandbags back when COVID went down. And so we didn't get to go to Scotland. But circling back, like what you guys were saying about falling in love with Scotland, I have not talked to a single person who has been to Scotland that did not fall in love with the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's like this legend and dream. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm nervous. If you go, you're not going to come back. I'm serious.
We might not.
I'm not.
We can plan the game 6 months out of the year remotely. I can work.
We can joke all we
6
want,
months
but
out of the year.
I've been there twice, and
year round.
I do not want to leave when I go there. The people, not only like Francis was saying, it's just absolutely breathtaking scenery, geography, everything. But then the people just bring it all the way over the top.
Yeah, and there's so much history.
Yes, and everybody loves the history, and they embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike
I
here.
love Scotland, didn't get me wrong, but California for me, because the weather it's basically you're on holiday all year round because of the weather.
Great weather.
And it's easier for my body, my joints and everything.
Kevin's got a smirk on his face over here.
You like your guns too much. You'll come back within about 6 weeks.
You can have guns in Scotland.
Well, you
That's
can.
a pain in the ass.
Shotguns.
So
Shotguns, absolutely.
don't you have to register your weapons and
of
knives
course,
and
yes,
stuff in
yes,
Scotland?
still.
So I'd have to register these hands.
Yeah. It's all good. All right, so
God, I know. I can't believe I
Ryan,
actually
what is
said
in
that.
your left hand in this brown bag?
So we've got another thing to taste, Francis.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of whiskey?
Peanut butter.
Okay.
Open that brown bag there. See what you got in that brown bag. Tell us what's there, Francis.
This is a Skrewball.
Yep.
It's a peanut butter whiskey.
And we're going to try it.
I first tried this, that was just over a year ago. My friend Dave, we got talking, and he mentioned this whiskey. I says, peanut butter? He says, yeah, peanut butter. He says, you never tried it? I says, no. He says, you'll have to try it then. This is addictive.
Yeah?
And it doesn't taste, it's not like a strong whiskey, but it's oh my goodness, it's
I have
just
never
incredible.
Had it, so we're going to try it.
Yeah,
Here. Where's your glass?
We have never had it, so this is going to be quite interesting.
Yes.
I don't think we're Scotch snobs, but we might be turning into them.
Hold on.
Ryan.
Gotcha.
He's got water in there. He's got water in there, so chug that down before you pour it in there. Not you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to pour it out in this other glass.
A nice cube in it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pour it?
Sure.
So
I'm
good.
starting to wonder if these different alcohols have different sounds.
The bottles absolutely do. The bottles have the different velocity of fluid going through them.
That's quite a big one, guys. Oh my goodness.
He was doing it for the sound effect, but the side effect is you get a lot.
We figured that out on accident, that when you're going for sound effect, you get a lot of whiskey.
All right, here's in the rum taster.
I'm doing the swirl here.
The rum taster. I think I want to try something different. I'm going to try to put the mic.
Oh my God, there's so much peanut butter on the nose there.
Let's see if this works better.
Guys, this is like peanut butter slap. They need to name this from Skrewball to peanut butter slap.
Oh my gosh, it is literally a PB&J.
Holy crap.
Without the J.
Well, I'm just swirling it. I'm just swirling it here.
Does it have any legs or
I'm doing the mouth taste. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
I'm doing the nose taste.
Peanut
butter.
So yeah, Ryan and I were talking about this earlier, and we're big proponents. We don't really like artificially flavored this and artificially flavored that and whatnot, but we're going to give this a try.
Like peanut butter. I mean, this smells like they literally turned peanuts into a filter and poured the Scotch through.
I didn't drink whiskey.
Wow,
but this is nice.
This is dangerous for Francis.
This is dangerous.
Francis,
we'll end up in the hot tub later.
What what other kind of salutes or cheers are there that we may not know of here? So we know Slàinte
Slàinte. Cheers, good health.
I wanted to do one to Scotland. I wanted to say to Scotland because I love Scotland so much. To Scotland and freedom.
To the games.
Holy shit, that is stupid delicious.
That's dangerous because I love peanut butter. I mean, what American doesn't love peanut butter unless you have allergies and you'll die?
Kevin in the look. Kevin in the
look.
look.
It's so artificial.
That's surprising, though. It's surprising. I'm like you. It definitely tastes artificial because I mean, how do you get that much peanut butter and not artificial? But it's okay for.
It's okay. It's better than the other one I've tried. I have had one other.
2 peanut butters whiskeys.
Yeah, there's another one with a squirrel on it, and it was horrible.
So this is This is not
Just drop me one.
See, like,
this is significantly better than the other one I had.
I was just thinking it was like straight whiskey with peanut butter, but they've obviously sweetened it, so it's more like a liqueur.
So let's read what the bottle says. Anybody with peanut allergies will immediately die. Nope, that's not what it says.
Did it say die or explode?
It says, we see you, trying to read it through the bottle. We see you on these doing the unique.
Do you need glasses?
It's hard to read it through the liquid.
Oh God!
You
it's
read
on the
it-
back of the label, and you're trying to read it through the alcohol.
We see you.
That's marketing.
Okay,
They
we
just
see
want you to
out
drink
there
all of it, so it's
doing
easier
the
to read.
unexpected. See, now I'm getting it. So all I'm doing is I looked at the bottle, and obviously you see the front of it. It says Skrewball peanut butter whiskey. Indulge your inner Skrewball. 750 milliliters, 70 proof, so 35 APV. And then I flipped it around, and you don't see anything on the back. And it does say contains peanuts. Duh. But if you look at the back of the label through the liquid, obviously it's magnified. So it says, we see you out there doing the unexpected, welcoming the, can't make that word.
I think you're supposed to drink all of it before you can properly read it.
Guess so. Maybe we just need to, and always sharing a laugh along the way. Some may say you're a mystic. We know you're a Skrewball. And I can't read the rest because it's behind this opaque
So apparently
plastic.
they were founded in 2018 in San Diego, California.
California.
Francis's kind of second homeland. Francis, where are you at
I
again?
guess a hippie would come
I'm
along.
Orange
in
County.
Orange County, California.
Orange County.
OCC.
Wow.
Orange County, right next to the beach.
And the motorcycle people.
Yes.
So I love that it says contain peanuts. So did you hear about the Costco recall?
Yes, the butter.
The butter.
What?
That is the
They
They had
downfall
a
of
recall
our education.
80,000 pounds of butter because it did not have the allergen warning of contains milk.
That's the downfall of our education system. Milk, not any kind of vegan or oat or whatever.
Y'all, we are in the most messed up society.
Yes.
The fact that you can put 0 calorie on bottled water, gluten free. Killing me.
I just got a note.
What's Ripple at?
200? No.
Oh God.
Holy God.
$1.09.
Y'all, if it hits $200, like this podcast is going up, we're gonna get some new
Viral.
legit gear. But I mean,
Actually,
seriously,
this gear's fine. We just need a space.
0 calorie, gluten free,
Sugar-free.
like sugar free water. My God. But
Yeah.
this Skrewball is actually really good.
I was surprised. I told Ryan, I was
It's-
like, I'm not a
It's
huge artificial
significantly
person.
better than I was expecting.
Yes. I'm not a huge artificial person. And it
But
says
but
contains
is it-
peanuts. So that means it does actually contain a peanut flavor, not just like a natural flavor extract or whatever. So it's surprisingly enjoyable. I personally don't think how much was this bottle? $30?
I think it was like 25 or 30.
I don't think I'd buy that unless Francis was going to stay over.
And I didn't drink. I only drink it very rarely. Do I ever drink it? But that's out of all the whiskeys. This is one I do enjoy. But I didn't like eating or drinking stuff. It's artificial is not a good. Is not a good sign.
So I'm gonna go home then, Francis. I've been playing around making liqueurs.
yeah.
So I've got some coffee liqueurs going right now. I've got a star anise liqueur that's a mint. I have this mint that tastes like star anise, and I'm gonna try to make a peanut butter liqueur now.
I look forward to it in February. Will you hear some made by then?
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be natural ingredients.
absolutely. So
Okay.
we'll just get some peanuts. We'll roast them, put them in the liquor, and let them sit for 6
high-proof
weeks or
vodka
8
or-
weeks. I'd probably go whiskey, honestly.
Like a high proof whiskey and then cut it back.
I think so
with
because
some
you need
water.
that high proof to eat into the fats
That's
true.
and extract,
So you could do
the flavor compounds.
Rumplemans.
like a 151 sort of.
Everclear.
It could do, honestly,
Whiskey.
I'll probably do. What do y'all think? Granddad's?
Granddad be all right.
Granddad
I
would be fine.
think it would work really well for that purpose.
Yeah.
And I got a bottle that'll probably never drink again.
Yeah.
And then we could do the rum also. We'll bring
Peanut butter
that in
rum.
the tasting.
Oh, shut
That's
up now.
sugar bomb.
I
Spiced
love
rum?
peanut butter.
Hold
and
on,
I love rum.
no. You need to figure out how to get the jelly taste in there, and then I'm down.
Peanut butter jelly time.
So it's literally a peanut butter
Ooh.
jelly whiskey. I'm down.
We could totally do that. You could sweeten it with the jelly.
Yeah, I know, but it needs to have that jelly flavor. Like the
Mhm.
Concord grape. You know which
The
one I'm talking about?
Schmuckers.
The Smuckers, like
Schmuckers.
bright.
With all the high fructose corn syrup in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the gelatinous purple
There's a
that
Latin
we all were raised
It
on.
lasts 30 years
That's
in the
probably
fridge.
why our generation is so indestructible. Is
Yeah.
the weird crap we were
I had my
raised
Fred
on.
Flintstone vitamins when I was little. I'm good.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yes, sir.
That's
Mhm.
incredible. Francis, if we only had the chance to visit Scotland one time,
Mm-hmm.
where would you recommend? Like, what is the thing or a couple things to see or do?
Well, I think first of all, you got to experience a castle. And Edinburgh Castle
Gorgeous.
is a great, yes, beautiful place. You've been here, Chase? Eh?
Been twice.
Yeah.
And I just love, you don't realize how tall up Edinburgh Castle is from the city down below. I mean, it's on like a cliffside.
Mm-hmm.
And the view from up there is spectacular. You can do a whole tour, as you know.
Yeah.
And they have the tattoo. And I have not been to a tattoo yet. I really want to go to a military tattoo there.
I've always wanted the game, but it was always held in August, and it always clashed with the games. And I've always wanted the game, but never been.
So
But
how is the weather in August in Scotland?
well, here's the thing. It just depends. For year to year, I've seen some mild years in winter time, for you can actually only maybe one or two in all my years of throwing, for you can actually get outside and you could practice. But other than that, in winter time, it's really, it's rainy, overcast. So basically, you're building your strength throughout the winter months in the gym. Maybe gone through some drills, but actually for throwing, near really as such. And then coming more into the season, then you taper off in the weight, start with the throwing again, converting all that strength over into the throwing, and building up for there, and then continuing again a little bit weight through the game season, but because you only want you want to keep supple and swag, so to speak, and working that technique.
Well, if they do the tattoo in August in Scotland, I say we go because August in Florida is miserable.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll take half of the month and I'll go to Scotland and do the tattoo 100%.
It was surprisingly colder than you would think it would be.
And I'm on board with that.
In
'Cause I have
Scotland in
a-
August?
Yeah.
Is that when you were there?
July.
July.
Okay.
We went over 4th of July week.
That was a really
Nice.
good picture. You and the castle.
very clear. Did
That's
you
like
take
on
that
this
with somebody
phone.
else's iPhone?
No, this phone.
That was a selfie though, right? Like, I don't normally like selfies. That was an awesome
that's great.
selfie.
Yeah.
You in the castle.
Yeah, fantastic.
And your beard
Did-
was epic, by the way.
So
It was.
this is I'm going to steal your Digican.
Did you can
segment
go
for just a
Hit
second.
it. Hit it.
Did y'all know that Dunedin means Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh came from looks like so Edinburgh. The name originates from Dunedin. I'm probably not pronouncing that right.
Let Francis.
Dunedin.
Right, Dunedin. It's Old Brythonic.
Mm.
So we literally have an Edinburgh, Florida.
Yes.
Florida.
Yeah,
We have
we have a
Edinburgh,
Dunedin.
Edinburgh Estates here in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My aunt lives there.
Yeah,
Every
when you
time I
think
go by.
about a lot of people from the left Scotland, they would take the names or the towns which they come from, whether it be Stirling, Irvine,
Glasgow.
Glasgow. They would take the names, and a lot of Scots went to Australia, New Zealand. You find the names, all these towns and that over there. Dunedin being one of them. Where I'm at in California, Irvine, the Irvine Company. There's a lot of Scottish names just in California itself. But you talk across America, you'll find them in all places. Yeah.
So, sorry, I just thought of something when I just tried another Skrewball. I'm going to just hit this. I grew
That
up.
stuff is
I
addictive.
love sweets. I love desserts, unfortunately. And
I know he's
I'm so mixed on
at
this right
brunch.
now. I'm so
At brunch,
so,
yes.
so
Are-
conflicted.
Kevin, are you mad at me that I'm drinking more Skrewball than I did Castle's Curse.
No, I'm just conflicted on this drink still.
I
do want to go
love
back to Castle's Curse at some point.
I know, right?
actually.
I love desserts, as you saw from brunch today, and this in a peanut butter milkshake, that would be dangerous.
I'm thinking of this in a creme brulee.
Well, yeah, but I love the dairy and the milk and the peanut butter in that, and then this little floater on there.
But do you need the disclaimer when you buy dairy?
Yes, unfortunately, we have to.
I would hear this with haggis.
Haggis?
Haggis.
Oh, yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I love haggis. Every time I go back to Scotland, first thing I hear is haggis, herring, which is smoked
Fish.
kippers,
Yep.
Love herring.
and trifle. The sister always has that ready for me.
Nice.
I could see the haggis, the iron, the blood and the iron of the haggis pairing well with the sweetness of this.
You know, it was really interesting. It was a Cuban man that I know who went to Scotland and came back, and I was really interested to see culturally, taste buds wise. Again, fell in love with Scotland, and was like, "Oh my God, haggis is amazing." And
I think what puts most people off is hearing about what's in it. But that was obviously now with regulations, you kind of just basically it was after the meat was taken off the sheep, everything else was mushed together with some oatmeal, barley, and stuff, some spices, and then that was your haggis. But you wouldn't get away with it nowadays, just putting again heart, lungs, liver, kidney, eyeballs, brain, just everything into it. But it really is. Have you tried it? You tried the haggis?
I love the haggis.
I
Yes,
absolutely
it's-
love haggis.
I love it at
incredible.
breakfast time, lunchtime, doesn't matter.
So,
So good.
first time I ever had haggis was at the Enumclaw Highland Games. They're known for a couple things, Highland Games, and I won't say what the other thing is.
Where is this?
Enumclaw, Washington. It looks like Unumclaw.
That's a big
you
game.
look it
isn't
up for yourself, so I am not going to say. And we went to this tent. My buddy was like, "Here, you got to try the haggis." I asked the lady, I was like, "Hey, do y'all have the good stuff?" And she's like, "Oh no." And I was like, "No, but do you have the good
Is that
stuff?"
like under a counter or something?
Exactly. I was like, "Hey, like we're doing a deal in their back alley, you know?" And it was really, really, really good. After I came back, I think the 5th or 6th time, she went, "Hold on a second." She goes to the back. She's back there for like 5 minutes. Comes back out and gives me the haggis. I walk away. I thought, hey, maybe I'm just getting a fresh batch. No. She gave me something that was way tastier. And I can only assume that it was the real stuff because the texture was a little bit different. The taste profile was different. They absolutely loved
They
it.
apparently make a vegetarian haggis, which I don't
It's
know.
not
That's
how.
no such thing.
There's
I
no
don't know
such thing.
how.
You don't get to call it that. You don't get to culturally co-opt. No,
Yeah.
move
Next
on.
thing it'll be it's a
What's
vegan
in it?
haggis.
Carrot?
Yeah. So what was it that I'm looking up that you're not going to say? Because
I'm not
I'm
gonna
curious
say.
now. What's the name of the game? Spell it.
It's not the game,
Enumclaw.
it's the location.
What's the location?
Enumclaw.
Spell it.
ENUMCLAW.
EUNM. Sure. Or AUGH. I don't remember. I was there
The
once.
one I'm looking at, like if I look up
ENUM.
Okay, so this is apparently one of the few locations in the United States that hosts a festival for people that love their animals.
Okay, that's all you got to say.
That's all I'm going to say.
And I couldn't do the spelling because I'm.
And so there were a lot of jokes to be told while we were on our way there.
I believe it.
something sheep.
Let's move.
Anywho,
Haggis.
I do love haggis.
I do
It's
love
delicious. It's
Yeah.
absolutely freaking delicious.
Fantastic.
Publix,
Puts hairs in your chest.
and I've got plenty
not
of
just
those.
for the woman.
And,
I've
and
got plenty of those. Not for the lasses.
okay, is there something in Scottish cuisine that takes the hair off the chest for the lassies?
A razor.
Yeah, paint stripper.
Paint stripper. That's good.
Some of the scotches we've had before.
Francis, do you need some more
This is
Skrewball?
true.
I think I do, yeah.
I was just looking at your empty glass, and we can't have that on
That
the
was so
Scots on
good.
Scotch podcast.
Oh man,
Here we go.
But
Brian,
yeah,
hold
getting
on.
back
Coming
to,
in.
to when you're going to Scotland, of course, you're
Yes.
leaving Edinburgh Castle,
Yes.
making your way up to Perthshire,
Yes.
and you can either go up the coast to Peterhead, where I'm from,
Ah.
and fishing port, and then make your way across for there into Royal Deeside. That's some of the best landscape, best castles, and for me, some of the best Highland Games in the country, Scotland. It's just incredible. You got Ballater, Brebner, Lonich, some fantastic Aboyne Highland Games, just incredible. It's like stepping back in time, and all these great athletes back then. Donald Dinnies, he come from the Aboyne area here. They've competed, still using the same weights. It's been used for decades, over a century. Some of the stones and weights, just incredible, And then for there, you'd make your way up north to Inverness, of course. You can actually get up to Altnahara, beautiful landscapes there. Come back down through the west coast there, down through Inverness to Fort Augustus, over to Skye.
Yeah.
And then for there, you can come back then down to the Trossachs, takes you back to Edinburgh, and for there, you can jet out again.
Well, from Skye, I'd be hopping over to the islands and doing all the Scotch tastings.
Oh, yeah.
Going to Lagavulin, going to Bruichladdich, going to all the different.
Have you been to Skye?
I have not been to Skye.
Okay, so that's going on the itinerary period in the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what's interesting? So like I used to hate Scotch. Circa 4 years ago, hated Scotch.
I remember when I was a girl.
But I've done a couple.
Jesus.
Wow. You got a button over there somewhere.
Skye,
we're not going to touch it.
Skye is one of the last places in the west coast there. They still speaking the Gaelic.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any Scotch Gaelic?
The Outer Hebrides, a little bit. Kimmerahashifin, just a little.
Kimmerahashifin.
When I was a kid,
Bali?
When I was a kid, we used to get the programs on TV. It was great to see. And I understood a lot. I learned a lot back then growing up. And then after a while, at one time, Gaelic was especially the Highlands, it was all spoken until the time of the clearances. And then Gaelic was banned. It kind of died out in Scotland and was more to the west coast and the islands. They tried to introduce it 30 years ago, which I was really happy to see. So your kids could be brought up speaking the Gaelic or in English. Then my nephew, when he started school, they just brought us back in, but unfortunately, it only lasted a couple of years, and that was it. But it was sad to see it never. It's part of our history or heritage. It just never continued. So it's basically now to the west coast of Scotland and the islands, and of course, Ireland. The Gaelic actually come for the Irish coming across to Scotland. I think it was maybe 500 or 600 AD. So historians tell us, And then the Gaelic spread for there, But it's great to see you can to Ireland. You still see, especially in Southern Ireland, you see all the signs in Gaelic, and they still speak a Gaelic, Oh
yeah. So we've heard a couple of there's so this guy Eric King, he's with the St. Andrew Society of Tallahassee, and he's an FSA Scot, and so very historically minded. I'd have to look up what FSA means. I'm sorry, but it is one of these designations when you become a
Fellowship
historian
Academy. I don't know.
Watch it be like that.
Go ahead,
Francis. Do you know what it means by chance?
I didn't.
Okay, I'd have to look it up. But he knows all these weird, quirky things, and he was talking about listening. He found an old video or audio recording of somebody from like the late 1800s or early 1900s. Speaking Scots Gaelic, and he could not understand any of it. The dialect was just so different.
Well,
so it's just very interesting.
My language is Doric.
Mm.
It's a fishing and farming dialect. It's a bit like slang, but you can get to the next village for me, then they'll get different words for different things. You can
DOR.
DORIC.
Yep, like the columns.
Wow, they don't even have it in the language.
So
I've got.
How would you say hello? How are you? Like a greeting.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Meaning who are you?
Who are you?
How are you?
How would you say I want a Scotch?
Give me a Scotch.
So that's universal.
Let's say I was saying
more slingy is what it's.
Here's one. Farabutcha been in here, farabutcha gone.
Bless you. What'd you say? Say that again.
Farabutcha been in there, farabutcha gone.
Sounds like you just invited me in and then kicked me out.
Yeah, come on in, get out.
That's how fast we speak the Doric in the northeast of Scotland. I just asked you, where have you been? Where are you going?
Like I said, invited me in.
I'll get a laugh. There was
far have you been? That's what that sounded like. Far have you been? Far have you gone?
Say it again.
Far have you been? Sorry, go ahead.
Far have you been?
Far have you been?
Far have
Where have you
been?
been? Far have you gone?
Far have you gone?
Where are you going?
That's freaking awesome.
Gone and going. Wow. Okay. Far have you been? Far have you gone?
I'll get a laugh. Here was
Could you just say speak that to us for like 10 minutes so we can get them right?
Yes.
This is so cool.
Read
I have
a
never
bedtime
heard
story
that.
to me later.
Nobody on this podcast would probably understand, except the people in Scotland. You know,
I don't know, but it's cool.
All right,
there was an athlete, Jim McGoldrick. He was a 5 times world champion, great athlete. He hails from the Northern California, and we had a games in Scotland back in, I think it was 94, 95. It would have been the northeast of Scotland, a place called Mintla. And we got talking, and being in my home country, when I'm talking to him, I'm speaking my best English, but now and again I'm pronouncing stuff in the Scots. And I says, we were talking, I says, "Faraboots, is that?" And he goes, "What did you just say?"
Whereabout is that?
And he says, "Faraboots." He thought I was saying, I says, "Faraboots," meaning whereabouts.
Whereabouts,
you know, and we laughed and laughed so much, and I still laugh about it yet years after.
So you weren't talking about fuzzy boots?
No. He said, "Fur boots?"
Farabuchikin?
He's thinking, why is he talking about
Get your glass. Get your glass. We're going to cheers.
Farabuchikin is get your glass?
Slanchava, gents.
Slanchava.
Boom. Okay, so I'm kind of a...
I'm not shut the fuck up for a second.
I'm not a polyglot.
Do we want to pause this for a second?
Yeah, let's take a quick
how long have we been at it?
hour and 25 minutes.
That's what I was thinking. Let's pause.
Let's take like a 15.
Do we
20?
want a polyglot? What was your polyglot question?
We'll start off with polyglot.
Okay.
We'll come back to polyglot.
That's an easy one to remember.
Let's take a break for a second.
We'll be back.
Yeah, stay tuned.
After
we'll
these
be right
messages.
back.